and welcome back to another episode of Spiritual Superpowers. In today's episode, I am at a yoga and wellness retreat in Nosara, Costa Rica, and I am there with my dear friend Mackenzie Paris of Fitness Beauty Health, who put together this retreat, along with my new friend and chef extraordinaire, Mia Rosenberg, who is a private chef in LA and also shares part of her time in Costa Rica. So today we're going to be talking about cacao ceremonies. So let's get to it.
So why cacao in this retreat?
Well, I think kind of to start with, cacao isn't like it's something we have to go like really searching for, you know, like other ceremonies. This one, like, because of
it's really readily available to.
that's what I mean. So like,
so it's something that like
it's an offering that's available in a ceremony form or in a eating form. But either way, there's like a spiritual ceremony component no matter what, knowing what it is.
in the sense of like I wouldn't want to go buy ayahuasca and do it myself. I would want someone there guiding me through it.
Mm-hmm.
You can go buy cacao and like as long as you have the intention and what you want out of it, like you could put on your own cacao ceremony. There's no like
It's safe to do on your own.
Heart opening. So there's like a safety, self-love, creations, like happy ceremony, very grounding. And I think that's one interesting thing that, yes, you can certainly do it alone and you can consume it alone with great intentions, especially for yourself and your heart and opening. Multiplying that with people in a ceremonial circle form, whether it's strangers or friends or family, it's a special shift in the energy exchange.
Mm-hmm.
It has a beautiful turn towards love, just through the sipping of it, the intent behind it, and then whatever else goes towards ceremony. But it shared is very powerful.
I'm really glad that we've all been able to spend more than 24 hours together and get to know one another and meet each other individually. So I ask all of you to kind of just lower any boundaries that we're all holding about ourselves and our heart and just let go. And maybe we can start by placing our hand on our lower abdomen and upper abdomen and take about 10 breaths. Take your time and let it out. There's no right or wrong way to do any of this. It's just a matter of dropping the boundaries, the resistance, and surrendering. Surrendering and opening. Like change, just letting go, and horses running wild. Taking and holding your cup and placing it against your sternum, against your heart chakra. The heart is in there, so just feel the warmth. As you're holding it to your heart, just think of any person, whether they're still on this earth with us or not, animal, being, whatever you want to think about, or it could be yourself. Send them that extra love and heart opening that you're going to experience, that you are experiencing. That the cacao opens.
Very powerful.
And it just so happened to be the night before the peak of the full moon.
Yes.
And you had done heart opener or like heart chakra focused that day. So it all aligns really, really well. And that's one thing you said when we did it, is that you do it every...
I like to do it on the full moon and the new moon just because I'm very like oriented with the moon.
Yeah.
My mom calls me her moon baby because I get really affected by the moon, which makes sense because our bodies are majority water, and the moon affects the tides, it affects So it kind of just makes sense. And at the full moon and at the new moon, whether it's new moon for new beginnings or full moon for letting go, you want to have an open heart and kind of that intention of like, I have an open heart, I have an open mind. Whatever is going to come my way, I'm going to take it in and be uplifted. Cacao is also very uplifting. And then, of course, it's important where you source it and, like, to make sure it's 100% cacao, organic, being harvested with good intention, because that's where it all starts.
Right.
I know what I do while I'm preparing the cacao, but knowing where you get it from is a really big part of it, too.
So how did you select where the cacao came from?
So this one I get from one of our really good family friends here, who she's kind of the one who I took inspiration from, and she does cacao ceremonies. She's a chef in Nosara, and we get it from a farm in the Caribbean of Costa Rica. It's a company called Cacao Magic. Just so sweet, and it's like a small family business. And you just know that it's being harvested well, and it's not some like big operation,
Yeah.
which is really important to me.
I think a lot of us.
Yeah.
Like it's harvested with love and the enjoyment, the process. The
Exactly.
farmers probably really, like the family probably really
Yeah.
take pride in their crop.
Yeah,
And when they are
exactly.
harvesting it, it's all with good intention.
Because I want it to be harvested with the same intention that I'm making the actual like beverage with,
Right.
because then I want the people who are drinking it to be consuming that intention of just like heart opening, uplifting, joy, love. It's all supposed to be like a positive, uplifting ceremony.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it starts from the beginning
Right.
of literally how the crop is grown.
How did you decide on the recipe for it?
I never do any actual measurements, but I always kind of put the same type of thing in. I like to put spices, it makes it grounding. So I start with the cacao, and you put the cacao and water on a pot to make it warm enough to make the cacao melt. You never want the water to boil.
I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah. So you never want the cacao in boiling water, because then it'll kind of
Die.
ruin the...
Denature it or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That.
One step away.
And then I use everything organic. Ground ginger, cinnamon, pink Himalayan salt, and raw honey. And I like to use raw honey because I'm never boiling the water, so it stays raw. It's not going over temperature where it's not going to be raw anymore. And that's really it. And it just makes this like yummy, warming, a little bit spicy, really what you feel called to put in it. And like me personally, the person making it has to like it, obviously.
Absolutely.
So that's why I like
We're
to
glad
keep.
you liked it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. And you infused your magic into it, which I love. The love, right?
And
I
you
felt
make it, you know, make sure you're present while making it with the intention that you kind of want to put out for the ceremony.
Yeah. It's a part of the... It's not just a group of women sitting together drinking a cup of cocoa.
Exactly. And that's why I wanted to, at the beginning, I kind of wanted to be like, it's not supposed to taste like hot chocolate
Right.
either. It's not supposed to be like super sweet. It's supposed to be kind of intense. Like I've had people try it and be like, I don't think I can drink it. I mean, if you don't think you can drink it, don't drink it. Like, you know,
It's just not the time.
it's not the time, but it's not supposed to be like, like
Right.
I could have 3 cups of this and like, you know, just like chug it down. Like, you know, take your first sip, hold it in your mouth, really taste it and let it kind of like infuse into you with the spices and with the cacao, and almost savor each sip. Because it's not supposed to be a mindless cup of hot chocolate that you're drinking in the snow.
Yeah. Right.
I wanted to incorporate something special and different. That's kind of the whole purpose behind why we're coming here, is to do very irregular positive habits for healing and wellness. Get outside of the box in your comfort zone and get into different vibrations, get into your chakra energy. And when I saw that it was falling on a new moon, that was exciting because, it's that perfect week wherever you are. And it started early in the week, like day 2. And I figured kind of the intent behind it would be all of these women to get to know one another by just getting connected and more comfortable. And, no better way than through the heart. And so starting there, I figured everyone could just drop the bars a bit and open up. And the pen and paper last minute was really to just like get people using all senses. Their whole palette is expanding into their heart. Anything that comes through, whether that's spoken language or hands or intuitive dreams and thoughts, let it out, like capture that. And it was a beautiful big beginning, really. Like it was a journeyful beginning for everyone. I think mostly me and I have really led the intention of all this in a very this is how we roll kind of way, and I think how it's flowed so harmoniously is because we're very authentic when it comes to the things we're doing and offering. That being one of them, and kind of going from there. I also love to sneak hippiness into people's life, a little magic here. And so I figured sharing my light cards with the group, for whoever wanted to participate, would be a dose of get into the groove of,
That was a great, so you could see it sparked this curiosity, and it brought in the woo woo, it brought in the hippiness of it, and it.
Yeah. And whenever I do cacao ceremonies, I always incorporate the cards, just because I think it's really important to set an intention. And I think for myself included, a lot of the time you can kind of get lost in setting an intention. And with the cards, it really helps to kind of be okay, I'm doing a cacao ceremony. Let's just set an intention, choose a card. It's probably gonna match your intention, and just have a card to have a physical aspect of your intention.
It kind of gave, by you putting it out and incorporating the card selection as part of, it gave permission to people to go there, which I really appreciated. And I just thought it was such a beautiful, and I think the fact that it's all women here, we thrive on chocolate, magnesium, and the moon. It was so perfectly timed. So I'm just really grateful that you guys did that, because I haven't had the pleasure of doing one before.
Oh, really?
No, I've never done one. I know.
Wow.
Yeah, this was my first cacao.
Now you have.
Yes.
You have.
And I really felt it. I mean, clearly. I mean, I got.
Yeah.
Everyone's writing their thoughts, and I'm writing mediumship.
Yeah. Which is
Everyone's
amazing.
family members started coming to me, including my own mom. So it was definitely that need. You need to be, as a medium, you need to be connected to someone else's heart space as well as the other realms, and it clearly. We achieved that.
Yeah.
They're waiting for you. You just gotta pull it in through your crown. You're on that. So I used to work as a medium. I just closed the door and the door, but I thought if there was anyone who okay, someone over here. 24, 54, 83, but I'm not too sure. An older gentleman. I'm guessing that he may passed away when you were young, because he was showing me as bold and tricky, but he wasn't bold and arthritic.
You're laughing. Does anyone come to mind that way? You don't have to say who it is, nothing, don't say anything, just say whether or not it comes to mind or not. Yeah, okay. So this person, he wasn't always like this, but he is presenting this way, which tells me that that's how you would work that person. Okay. He shows me a gold ring, just a standard man's gold, like wedding thing. But he also followed that up with a celebration of marriage. I'm not sure if someone just got married and wanted to acknowledge that, or if someone actually has this wedding band as a gift and he wanted to acknowledge that. Does this make sense? Who do you think this was? Our parents passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, they passed away 4 years ago. You're like just got a year ago. Really? Yeah. So we're like, you got really frail. Okay. Sorry. Like, yeah. Okay. Oh. And do you want to do cosmic ring, or does someone have to have a ring? Yeah. You have a ring. I have my ring. You've got your rings. Okay. And so what does July mean? 13, 14, something around the number, or July, and then number 13, 14 is our brother's birthday. Oh. Alright, well, he's here with you on your adventure.
I just really appreciate it. So thank you for incorporating cacao, because I had actually gone online and looked and found that maybe I'll do that kind of a ceremony. And then when I got the itinerary and it was on there, I was like, oh wow. I'm like, and that's why I'm like, is this an option to do it? And you're like, no, we're all doing it. I'm like, oh my God, like this is exactly what I had wanted to do. Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah. You gotta love it, right? You gotta love the universe.
I love it so much.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what I wanted to do.
I'm so happy.
So thank you.
Me and I feel so just happy with how great everything's going.
Yeah. It came and went perfectly, if I might say. Like,
So you'll do it again?
Yes.
Good. Well, then I will be sure to include your information.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. I will let you two get ready. Thank you.
So I hope you enjoyed that episode of Spiritual Superpowers and learning about cacao ceremonies. I would highly recommend trying one out on your own. And if you're interested in more information about fitness, beauty, health, or any future retreats, please go down into the description box where we've included links to Mackenzie's information. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again for another episode of Spiritual Superpowers. Take care.